What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream from Scalar Learning, and today we are continuing with the SAT prep from this new resource I just discovered from one of my viewers. Hopefully he's on today. It's called Kallis. What's up, Richard? And this is actually, I've done the no calculator section of the first practice test. It actually seems like a pretty legitimate source so far. We'll see how the no calculator the calculator section feels of practice test 1. We're going to tackle that today. And as always, I take these tests live for the first time in real time. So you're getting an authentic test taking experience. What's going on here? Hold on. Why am I not able to move? There we go. So we're getting an authentic test-taking experience, and the downside, I guess, or one of the conditions, one of the catches, is that I can't answer questions in real time because I'm going to be fully engrossed in the test. But I will do my best to answer them after the test has concluded and after I've checked my work. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are starting, and we are going to be doing this test in preparation for you guys, especially who are in the March crew taking the March SAT. And that's it. All right, we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Okay, annual budget. Department. The pilot graph shows the annual budget for the heavy equipment company. The total budget is 60 million, so the total is 60. What amount is budgeted for the market support and engineering? Market support and engineering, that's a total of 40%, so it's 24 million. Because it's 0.4 times 60 million, but I know that 4 times 6 is 24, so 0.4 times 60, it's going to be less. It's got to be 24. Number 2, a climber measures the oxygen content of the air 2,000 feet above sea level at 18%. All right, so 2,000 feet is 18%. Climber measures again at 4,500 feet is 14%. How much does the oxygen content of the air change for every 1,000 feet of elevation? This is assuming it's linear, right? So if we have 2,000 and then up at 4,500, we're going 14, and here we're at 18. So 3,000, 4,000, let's just kind of plug this in here. So we go boom, boom, boom. And then it's 2,500 per 4%, right? So 2,500 drops by 4, 1,000 drops by X, and we can kind of do it like this. Boom, boom. That's 4,000 equals 2,500 X. And then we divide 4,000 by 2,500, right? 4,000 is 1.6. Sorry. How much does the oxygen content of the air change for every 1,000 feet of elevation? So every 1,000 feet it goes up, we're dropping by 1.6, right? Because it's going down. Okay. It's actually a little unclear, to be honest. For every 1,000 feet of elevation, it could be. I think that's right, actually, but it's slightly vague. Which of the following expresses the complete solution? All right, let's isolate. That's it. So I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. I got 2x minus 9 is less than negative 5, right? I subtracted 3x. Now I'm going to add 9 to both sides. So I get 4, right? 9 plus negative 5 is 4, is less than 2x. Divide by 2. X is less than 2. Boom, done. Number 4, the owner of a store displays a large jar of nickels and dimes and offers the value of coins to the person who guesses how many dimes there are. If there are 1130 coins valued at 100, okay, so we have 1130, and I'll say D plus N equals 1130 coins. And then I say 10D, because every dime is worth 10 cents, system of equations, plus 5 times every nickel, they're valued at 5 cents, equals 100. But again, look, I'm in cents, not dollars. So I'm not going to say equals 100. I'm going to say equals 10,000, because 10,000 cents is actually $100. Just multiply that by 100. And now I got a nice system of equations. I want to solve for D, so I'm going to use elimination. I'm going to multiply this top equation by negative 5, so we match up the negative 5n and positive 5n. So I got negative 5D minus 5n equals negative 5650. And I get 5D equals 4,350 divided by 5. I just made a post on Instagram about this. Dividing by 5, you divide by 10, so it's 435, and then double it, and it's 870. times equals 870. Boom. See, it's kind of nice when you, instead of using x and y, use d and n. So I don't have to go back and be like, hey, what does x relate to? What does y relate to? I already know. Y does not equal 3, and 3x over y is a prime integer greater than 2. Y does not equal 3, and 3x over y. X over what? Got it. Okay, okay. Which of the following must be true? Okay. Y cannot be 1. Because y does not, if y equals 1, that doesn't make any sense, because if x was like 3, this clearly would not be, you know what I'm saying? This clearly would not be a prime number, because by definition, you can't have a multiple, like 3 times something, be a prime. I'm feeling like that doesn't make any sense. This definitely doesn't have to be true, and probably shouldn't be true. This might have to be true, because, in fact, I can't think of any other way. Like, oh no, this doesn't have to be true, because this could be, hold on, let me think. It's a prime integer. Y doesn't equal 3. Okay, so for, like, I'm trying to think of an example. If we have y be 5, right? Okay, like y could be 5 and x could be 25. No. Wait a minute. Otherwise, oh snap. They do have to be equal. I'm saying 1 is true. I think they do have to be equal, because this is a very interesting question. Never seen a question like this before. I think they have to be equal, because anything else that I'm seeing is a problem, because they don't have to be. If they're equal, they don't have to be prime. Because look, if I have, let's say, I was trying to think of an example, like if this is 7 and this is 5, like it's not gonna be an integer, right? So these guys have to be equal, or y has to be a factor of x. But if y is a factor of x, like for example, if it's 6 over 2, it'll only partially cancel out. We'll still have a 3. It'll be 3 times 3, which is 9. So that's two numbers multiplying each other. That can't be prime. So I'm feeling like 1 is the only thing that has to be true, because then these guys cancel out and we're just left with 3 every time. Hard question. All right, 6. Cynthia is sailing from Florida, Massachusetts, and back to Florida. Let's see how the time we're doing. Not doing well, actually. She will make 2 stops along the way in North Carolina and at the New Jersey shore. It costs $1.35 per foot to dock in North Carolina, $2.50 per foot to dock in southern New Jersey, and $300 per night to dock at Cape Cod, Massachusetts. Got it. Oh, it's a lot of information. Which of the following choices models how much she will spend on the docking fees? She plans to spend 3 nights in Massachusetts, so that's 900. Making the same stops. Oh, which she plans to spend. She spends. Hold on. She plans to spend on docking fees. She plans to spend 3 nights in Massachusetts, making the same stops on the way back, and sails a boat that requires X feet of dockage. X 145. X times 250. Hold on. Is this like a round trip thing, or this is really a vague question? Which is fun. Okay, so she's going from Florida to Massachusetts back to Florida. Oh, got it. So it's only 900 because she's only stopping in Massachusetts, coming back to Florida, and then same stops on the way back. North Carolina and New Jersey. Got it. Yeah. So it's 145x plus 250x times 2. We have to double it. It's this guy. Because we're stopping here. It's like we're doing the North Carolina, New Jersey, then Massachusetts, then back. So we only stop in Massachusetts once for those 3 nights, and then hit those guys twice. Yeah, so it's A. Tough test. Okay, which of the following is the equation of the line that passes through the points? Boom. Okay, let's calculate the slope first and foremost. So I'm going to stack the coordinates, 3, -1, -5, -2. Subtract down -1 minus -2 is 1. 3 minus -5 is 8. And it's y over x, so it's a positive 1/8. Goodbye, goodbye. And then we figure out which one is the y-intercept. So I'm going to choose the second coordinate just for fun. Y plus 1 equals 1/8 times x minus 3. That's point slope. Let's distribute. And then we have y plus 1 equals 1/8 x minus 3/8. And then I'm going to subtract 1, which is really subtracting 8/8, which gives me a -11/8, which is this guy. Okay, so point slope to slope intercept form. I could have also plugged in to these equations, but okay, at a banquet of 36 people, each person has the choice of roast beef, chicken, or linguine. Okay, 25% choose roast beef, and 17 people choose chicken. How many people choose linguine? Okay, so 25% of 36 is 9, right? That's 1/4 basically. 17 people choose divan, so that's 26. So it's 10. 10 people choose the linguine. Because it's 10 plus 9, 19 plus 17 is 36 total. Okay, number 9. A scientist performs an experiment when she measures 4 values 2 times each. Measures 4 values 2 times each with the following results. So that's the first measurement, second measurement, first, second. Which of the following conclusion is supported by the data? W and Y are directly proportional. That means when this goes up, this should go up. Okay, I'm feeling like that could be true. Y and Z are inversely proportional. Y and Z, as this goes up, this should go down. Nope, that's out. X and Y are inversely proportionate. As this goes down, this should go up. Yeah, that's possible. This goes down, this goes up. This goes half, this doubles. So this might be better than A. And then D, X and Z are inversely proportional. X, so this goes down, this goes up. Yeah. So this is also possible. So these three are at least going in the right direction, but W and Y, this is times 3, this is divided by, oh, no. Yeah, this is times 3, this is times 2. So I'm nixing that one because it's almost perfect, but it's not a same factor. X and Z are inverse. So this is divided by 2, this is multiplying by 3, so that's not perfect. Then this is the best one. X, this is actually inversely proportional. X is dividing by 2, this is multiplying by 2, so I'm going with C. Martha picked out a pair of shoes that were 30% off the original price. After 5% sales tax, the final, so we have the price of the shoes, and we're taking 30% off the original price, which means 70% is left, so 70%. And then there's a 5% sales tax. The final cost was, so then we add on 5%. Sometimes people always ask, why is it 1.05, not 0.05? Because I'm adding 5%. I'm not just finding 5%. I'm adding 5% to the original. The original is the one, that 0.05 is what we're adding on. And this equals our final price. And then this is just a variable isolation problem. So we got first 58.8 divided by 1.05. 56. And then we divide by 0.7, we divide by 0.7, 80. Of the 126 students who applied for a full scholarship to Kent College, 9 were successful. 9 were successful. What is the ratio of students receiving a scholarship to those who are not? So it's 9 to, and then we take 9 away from this, right? 117. Both divisible by 9. I think that is 13. It's 1 to 13. But use your calculator for that if you're not sure. 12. If P% of 250, so we can say P, and they're saying P%, so I'm immediately converting it to a fraction or a decimal, however you want to look at it. P% of 250 is 75. See how I've turned it into an equation? What is 75% of P? Now all I got to do is solve for P and I'm good. So first, 250 over 100 is 2.5. So 2.5 P equals 75. Divide both sides by 2.5. I can already tell that's 30. Because 75 divided by 25 is 3. Divided by 2.5, factor of 10, it's 30. And then 75% of that is 22.5. I'll double check. Boom, done. 13. This semester, Gary scored an average. Jerry scored an average of 93 on his 5 history exams. 93. He got the same score on his first 2 exams. Then a 94, 85, and 90. Okay, what score did he receive on his? Okay, and we can make an equation from this. So they say the average of 93, right? So 2x plus these 3 added together. 94 plus 85 plus 90 equals 269 over 5, right? That's how we take the average. We divide by the number of tests that there are, equals 93, and now we solve. Multiply both sides by 5. 5 times 93 is 465, I believe. And then we got 2x plus 269 equals that. Subtract 269 from both sides. We got 2x, 196, and x equals 98, right? Divide by 2. Boom. 14. Logan runs X miles per day. Which of the following represents the total distance he runs in a year? If he takes 1 day off per week. Oh my God. And a week off every 3 months. All right. This is a tricky one because, hold on, I have to, so first of all, I think it's one of these two, because 6/7, that's a week off per day. That's a 365. And then minus, this would just be another 4 days. This can't be right. It's this one. It's this one. You know why? Because if it's a week every 3 months, that's 4 weeks, right? Because there's 12. So that would be 28, but it's not 28, and the reason why is because we are in every one of those weeks that he takes off, we're consuming one of these days, right? So it's like, wait, then it should be, is that right? 21 instead of 28, because we're taking a week away. Hold on, I have to think about this for a second. It's gotta be, I'm gonna put down D, because these make no sense. This one's just wrong because this would be 6, and then that's only 4 more days. That doesn't seem right. It should be an additional, 24 days, not 21, right? And a week off every 3 months is, oh wait, 28. But then I think D is what they want for the right answer. I feel like they should subtract 24, not 21, because now we're doing, it's like we've already got all these days coming out, right? The 1 day every week. And then every 3 months, now we're taking a full week off, and I'm assuming that 1 week, we can't be counting the 1 day off here, right? So now it's those 28 days, but then we got to put 4 days back out of each of those weeks because we've already extracted them here. So I think it should be 24, but I bet you that's what they want for the right answer. Tell me what you think in the comments. If f of x equals this, f of 1 equals 2. So first thing, as soon as I see this function notation, this means when x equals 1, the function value equals 2. So I'm going to plug and chug. See how we're doing on time. 2 equals a times 1 minus 2. See, I plugged in the 1 for x. Plus 15. Now we just got a straight up variable isolation problem. 1 minus 2 is negative 1 squared is 1, so a plus 15. Subtract 15, negative 13 equals a. Boom, done. Where are the points 1, 2, and negative 1, 1 in relation to the line blank? Both are on the line. Where are the points 1, 2, and negative 1, 1? Okay. So I can check if they're on the line by just plugging them in. That's the easiest thing I'm going to do here. So 1 times 3 is 3 plus 4 times 2 is 8 so this is not on the point. It's 11. I assume that means it's above. Because 1 is on the, yeah, so this is above. So 1 is above, at least. So negative 1, if I plug it in, negative 1 is negative 3 plus 4 is 3, and that's below. So they're definitely both, neither are on the line. It's this one. The reason why I'm saying this is below is because, okay, so check this out. Negative 1 and what would make that on the line? Negative 3 plus 10. Negative 1 and 2.5 would be on the line, okay? And this is negative 1 and 1, which is below that, which means it's below the line. And you could also graph this if you wanted to, but that's definitely, I think that's definitely it. Okay. 17. If f of x equals 3x plus 2, f of a plus b equals. All right. So we're plugging in a plus b for x. So it's 3 times a plus b plus 2. 3a plus 3b plus 2. This guy. Yeah. I don't know. That's it. 18, refer the graph below to answer the question. We got number of children in hundreds taking swimming lessons. So this is like 200, 1990, then it dropped to 100, then it went to 400, 300. Okay, so I get a feel for that. Between which years did the largest decrease in children taking swimming lessons occur? 92 and 93. Right, this dropped by 100, this dropped by, I don't know, a little bit more than 100. So 92 and 93. Just reading a graph there. What was the approximate average number of children taking swimming lessons from 1990 to 1995? Okay. 200, 100, 400. I think that's 250. Then, I know you can't do straight lines on the real thing, but okay, so I'm going to say that's 350. Oops. And then this one is 600. Actually, the way you could do this is with a pen, like use the pencil as a straight edge. So I'll call that 550. Ugh. Okay. So let's add these up. I probably do it mentally, but 200, 300, 700, 950, 1,000, 1,300, 1,850. I'm pretty sure that's it. And it's 1,850 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So about 308. Let's see, this is approximately. Yay, 308, look at that. Nice. Okay, number 20. What is the length of a line segment drawn from blank to blank on the coordinate plane? Okay, distance formula. So it's the difference of the x values, negative 3 minus 6 squared, plus the difference of the y value, 7 minus negative 5 squared. And this becomes not negative 9 squared is 81, plus 12 was 144. Square root of, hold on, 229, 220, 225, obviously, yeah. And that's square root of that is 15. All right, 21. If f of x is a function for which blank equals blank, f of negative 3 equals 0, for which function is also equal to 0. So if k is 5, so check it out. If k is 5, right? So 2 minus k, 2 minus 5, which is negative 3, gives me 0. Then by that rationale, 2 plus 5 should give me 0, which is 7. 7. I think that is correct. Okay, David is staying at a hotel that charges $79.50 per night plus tax for a room. Tax 7.2% is applied to the room rate, and there is an additional one-time untaxed fee of $10. Hold on. There's an additional. Okay. So it's, no, this is crazy. In cents. Whoa, they threw that curveball. I missed that. But we wouldn't do this. This is the number. X is the number of nights. This makes no sense. This is better, right? We're applying the number of nights. We're multiplying it by the charge per night, which is 7,950 cents. Then we're adding on. Remember, this is adding on the 7.2%, right? This actually looks pretty good. And then I think it's B. Let's just see why. If not, yeah, we're not. This is untaxed. It said one time untaxed, so we shouldn't be applying the tax to the $10. Same with this one. And also, this would be multiplying that 10 times the number of nights, which says a one-time fee. Okay, we're about halfway done. Actually, we're more than halfway done. And we are a little under halfway done with time. So now we're back on track with time, I think. At 1 p.m., a car leaves St. Louis for Chicago, traveling at a constant speed of 60 miles per hour. Okay, 1. And then at 2 p.m., okay, let's say St. Louis to Chicago. At 2 p.m., a truck leaves Chicago for St. Louis. I don't know if this is a great drawing. Constant speed of 55 miles per hour. This is going this way. This is going this way. If it is a 305-mile drive, at what time the car and truck pass each other? Okay. Distance equals rate times time. This is our main equation here. I could make a table for this. I actually been doing that with a lot of students, but let's do it without it. So we know that. Actually, you know what? Let's make a table. I'm gonna show you guys how to do this. Didn't used to be a fan of this table method. No, I kind of am now. Okay. Oops. All right, so we have car and we have truck. Rate times time equals distance. So the car leaves at 1 p.m. We'll just call it X. The truck leaves an hour later. So if he travels 2 hours, the truck is going to travel 1 hour less, right? The rate of this guy is 65. The rate of this guy is 55, okay? And this guy's distance is 65x. This guy's distance is 55x minus 1, right? Which is multiplying rate times time equals distance. Now here's the interesting part. How do we relate these two distances? Well, there's what time will they pass each other? Meaning, really, what time will they meet, right? When this guy will be maybe here and this guy will be like here, something like that. So how do we represent that in an equation? They haven't traveled equal distances at this point, by the way. The cars obviously traveled more. What's true about their two distances is that they add up to 305, right? Because if this guy's here and that guy's here, he's traveled that distance, they've traveled that distance. Together, they've traveled 305 miles. And there's our equation. So I'm going to distribute. 65x plus 55x. Don't have a lot of room here, but we'll figure it out. Equals 305. That adds up to that 120x. I'm going to straight up add 55 at the same turn. Equals 360. Divided by 120, it's 3. So it's 3 hours from, again, 1 o'clock. We're starting from this guy. So 3 hours plus 1 is 4. Pass each other at 4. And we can make sense of that, right? In 2 hours, this guy travels 130. I'm sorry, 3 hours. 3 hours is 180, is 195. And then that guy would have traveled 2 hours, which means he go 110, and those add up to 305. Boom, works. You could also done it like that. Actually, now I think about it, tested out those times without making a table. To celebrate a colleague's retirement, the coworkers in an office agree to contribute equally to a catered lunch that costs a total of B dollars. Hold on. There are A coworkers in the office and C coworkers fail to contribute. So A minus C is who's contributed. Hold on. That costs a total of B dollars. Okay? And C co-workers fail to contribute. Why am I blanking on this? So it's, I get it. So it's B over A. This is how much each person should have contributed. Minus B over, no. Wait a minute. Hold on. Why am I blank? I'm struggling with this for a second. So we know that this thing costs that many dollars, and everybody should have paid B over A, right? Instead, B minus A, but what's... B minus A is the amount that everybody must contribute times, and then C are the people in dollars that each of the remaining coworker. So C is the amount of people that haven't contributed, right? And it goes over. So C multiplied by this. Wait a minute, it's just B over A. I'm really confused on this because there are A coworkers. Dollars that each of the remaining coworkers must contribute to cover the cost of lunch. So like they should all be contributing B over A, right? Because it costs B dollars and there's A coworkers, so they should be splitting it evenly. So that means I think there's a problem. I think there's a problem with this question, unless I'm missing something. Because, right, then the amount that each person must contribute, that each of the, in the dollars, what is it, which of the following represents the extra amount in dollars that each of the remaining coworkers, oh, I get it. I was looking at it backwards, sorry. Those guys are out, they're not paying, right? So those guys are out, so it's this one. It's, oh, no. It's this, wait, I had it. This is what they were supposed to pay. And then this is what they'll have to pay. And so it's the difference of these two. And then I guess, okay, now I get it. Now I get it. It's the extra amount that they'll have to pay to cover it. So then now we need to combine these guys. So I'm going to multiply this by A minus C. Yeah, I didn't understand the question at first. And multiply this guy by A and by A. So then it becomes BA minus BC minus BA over A times A minus C. So I'm already feeling like it's the last one. And these guys cancel out. How to get negative BC? I got negative BC over A times A minus C, and they got positive. That's close enough. It's got to be this. That really threw me for a loop. I think it was just a poorly worded question. All right, 25. Store charge is $39 per pair for a certain type of pants. The price is 30% more than the wholesale price. At a Thanksgiving sale, store employees can purchase any remaining items at, this is 30% more. So 39 equals 1.3x. Oh, so then the whole, that's 30. So then $30 is the wholesale price. 40% off though. So then 40% off would be that times 0.6, which is 18. Okay. I got to make up for some time here. Number 26. A class of 25 students took a 3-question quiz. The table shows the possible scores on this quiz and the number of students who received each of these scores. What is the average arithmetic mean of the scores for this class? Okay. So just multiply, add, and then divide by the total number 25. So 2 zeros, which is just 0. 4 tens, which is 40. 13 20s, which is 260. 6 that is 180. So it's 300, 400, 480 divided by 25. $19.2. Okay, 27. A manufacturing company A manufacturing company processes raw ore. The number of tons refined material company produces. Okay, we got a nice thing here. T days using process A is that. Process B is that company has 7 days of process or must choose one of the processes. What's the maximum output in tons for the time period? So, and can choose only one. So plug in 7 for each one, right? T days, T days. So this becomes 49, 7 squared plus 14, which is 59, 63. This one's 70T. It's process B. What? Oh, 70. Yeah. All right. It feels a little too easy for question 27 because 27 through 30 are gonna be pretty tough, but I literally think that's it. 28. The angle created by an individual's line of vision from sea level to the top of a lighthouse. I'm gonna draw this out to the top of a lighthouse. Is 60 degrees. All right, didn't draw that perfectly, but here's the lighthouse. We're going to already assume if this is 60, that's the line of vision. This is going to be 30. I know it's backwards in terms of how I scaled it. The lighthouse is known to rise 180 feet above sea level. What is the distance to the nearest foot between the observer, boom, and the base of the lighthouse? So it's this distance, okay? So this is 60. This side is this divided by square root of 3, okay? Because it's a 30, 60, 90. This is the small side, and then this is double, whatever that is. Because this is this times square root of 3. So I'm going to say 180 divided by square root of 3 equals 103.9 or 104 feet. And that makes sense, right? This is a smaller angle. This should be smaller than 180. That actually, we didn't even have to calculate that. All those are too big, right? Can't be. Which of the following is equivalent? All right, straight away, all they're doing is they're getting rid of that imaginary in the denominator, so I'm multiplying over 1 minus I, which is the conjugate 1 minus I, right? Just flip the signs. So the bottom foils and becomes 1, negative I, positive I, cancel out, minus I squared. Negative I squared is negative 1, so 1 minus negative 1 is 2, plus, turns into a plus. And then the top I get 2I minus 2I squared. Again, I squared is negative 1, so that's negative 2. Minus negative 2 is plus 2. 2I plus 2 over 2. Divide everything by 2I plus 1. And then on to 30. If sine of x equals 1/2, sine of x, it's a 30, 60, 90. I'm just going to draw it out. So this is 30, 60, this is 1, 2, root 3. So if sine of x equals 1/2, it's 30. So x is 30 degrees because opposite over hypotenuse is 1/2. So x is 30 degrees. Oh, and then it's saying it's in the pi halves is 90, so you should know your rating conversions. Pi halves is between 90 and pi is 180. 3 pi halves is 270. Okay, which means between 90 and 270 is between here and here, so it's quadrant 2 or 3, and they're saying it's positive, right? So it's positive, and in quadrant 2, sine is positive. Quadrant 3, it's negative. So that means it's 30. The reference angle is going to be 30. This is some more intense trig than I've normally seen. The reference angle is going to be 30, which means this is going to be 150. Okay, so it's 150 degrees, but they want it in radians. All right, whatever. 150, convert to radians, multiply by pi over 180, and divide both by 30. This becomes 5. This becomes 6. So it's 5 pi 6, and now they want half of this, which is 5 pi 12ths. Right, multiply that by 1/2. Well, multiply 5 pi 6 by 1/2. It's 5 pi 12ths. Yowzers. Hardest trig problem I've seen on one of these SAT things, and I don't believe that's representative of what you'll ever see on a real test or a practice test from the College Board. So, my 2 cents. What is the slope of the line? All right, notice the difficulty level has dropped. Nice. That's how it should be for number 31. Negative 3y equals negative 9x plus 10. Oops, divide by negative 3y equals positive 3x minus 10 thirds, right? Divide by negative 3. There's my slope, which is multiplying the x, which is 3. Angel works part-time as an underwear fit model for $50 an hour and a part-time as a pastry chef for $12.50 an hour. So 50x and then plus 1250x, I guess. This past week he worked 25 hours and made 625. Oh, it's a system of equations. So x is the number of hours he works as an underwear model. Okay. Y is the number he works as a pastry chef. and the combination made 625, right? And then we also know that the total x plus y equals 25. How many hours did he work as a chef, which is the 1250, which is the y. So we want to solve for y. I'm going to use elimination. So I'm going to multiply the bottom by negative 50. So then we cross out the x's. So it's negative 50x minus 50y equals, I'll just use a calculator. Oops. 1250? 1250 equals negative 1250. And then this guy on top is good to go. 50x plus 1250y equals 625. Cancels out. 50 minus 12.5. Negative 37.5y equals 1250 minus, that's 625. I'm pretty sure I'll double check. And that's negative 625. And then we're going to divide both sides by 37.5 negative. I'll just do positive because I have positive here. Oh, it's not good. I don't like that. We got a, hold on. Should be a whole number, I'm guessing, because they didn't say to round. Can't be 16 and 2/3. So let me see. I must have made a mistake. 50x, 50 an hour, and then part-time chef is $12.50 an hour. Made 625, so we made 625. Good. Then x plus y. The best word is 25. Negative 50. Negative 50x. Negative 50y equals 50 times 25. Let me do it again. Equals negative 1250. $50x plus 12.5y equals the 625, right? Okay. Those cancel out. 50 minus 12.5. 37.5. Shoot. $12.50 minus 625. I did that. Again, divided by 37.5. Maybe I typed something in wrong. Darn it. I wonder if they made a mistake here. 25 hours. So does that even work, right? 16. Let me just make sure. 16 and 2/3 times 1250. 208.33. 16 and 2/3, 9, 8 and 1/3, plus 8.333. Oops. 0.33333 times 50, right? All right, so I guess I'm gonna just round. 16 doesn't even say to round. If this is right, it's a bad test. Okay, that'll be my answer. Let's see how we're doing on time. 12 minutes, so still pretty good. 33. At a convenience store, 2 candy bars and 2 bags of potato chips cost $4. 2 candy bars and 2 bags of potato chips cost $4. And 3 candy bars and 2 bags of potato chips cost $4.75. What is the price of 1 bag of potato chips? Notice there's some equations. And candy bars is X. I should have choose P, C, and P, but that's okay. Y is potato chips. We want to try find the price of potato chip. I'm just going to do what low-hanging fruit. We'll find the candy first, and then I'll find Y. These cancel out. I get negative X equals negative 0.75. So X equals 75 cents. So 2 candy bars equals $1.50. So the other one adds up to $2.50 to get that $4. So it's $1.25 for a bag of potato chips. And I'll double check here. $1.25 for the potato chips is $2.50 plus $2.25. Yeah, it works. for the second scenario. A two-digit number from 10 through 9 inclusive is chosen at random. What is the probability that this number is divisible by 5? All right. So 10 through 99, first of all, is 90 numbers, not 89. Okay. So we know it's out of 90. And we know what's the probability it's divisible by 5. So 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 70, 80, and 90, and 95. Might not have been the absolute fastest, but pretty good. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and 18. 18 out of 90, which is 1/5. $35. If Aaron can do a job in 8 days and Ben can do the same job in 12 days, how long does it take in hours for the two men working together to complete the same job? Round your answer to the nearest hour. Do a job in 8 days, and Ben can do the same job in 12 days. Oh, yeah, this is that. It's like x over 8 plus x over 12. Something like this equals 1. I remember this is the setup. I don't do these problems that often, but I know it's something like this when we have different rates and we're doing it together. And then this becomes times 3 times 2. So 3x over 24 plus 2x over 24 equals 1. That's 5x over 24 equals 1. 5x is 24, divide by 5, divide by 5. 24, 4.8, I think. To the nearest hour, so 5. To the nearest hour? They mean day. Wait, what? So what, I multiply that by 24? Because is that assuming they're working 24 hours a day? I don't understand. Didn't tell me how many hours per day they're working. Aaron can do a job in 8 days and Ben can do same job in 12 days. How long does it take in hours? I don't know. I almost feel like they made a mistake. I'm going to put down both answers and we'll see. So 5 would be the hours. If they're saying days, I do 4.8 times 24, right? Because it's 4.8 days. So what, 115 hours? Doesn't make any sense. But I got the 5 there, just I want to keep it there just so we can see if I'm wondering if they had a typo. The base of a pyramid has the same area. Base of a pyramid. So I'm going to kind of do a quick drawing. Base of a pyramid has the same area as the base of a cylinder. Okay, what else? Just kind of free draw this. Has the same area as the base of a cylinder, and the cylinder is twice the height. So this is 2h, and this is h. What is the ratio of the volume of the pyramid to the volume of the cylinder? Okay, so then this is just, which is area. So it's area times 2h. That's the area of the cylinder, because that's all you do. You take the area, pi r squared times height. And the cylinder is twice the height of the pyramid, and they have the same base. And this one is, to calculate the area of a pyramid, it's 1/3 area of the base. Let's call it area, right? Because they're the same, times height. Okay. What is the ratio of the volume of the pyramid to the volume of the cylinder? So it's 1/3 AH to 2 AH. But the AHs are the same, so we can divide by those. So it's 1/3 to 2. So multiply them both by 3, so it's 1 to 6. So I guess we'll express it as a fraction, 1/6. 37, Karen runs a flower shop. She determines that it takes her 2 hours of online marketing to bring in 5 new orders. 2 hours to get 5 orders. If each order bills an average of $30, So this would be $150, right? How many hours of marketing are necessary for her business to bill $10,000 a month? Okay, so check this out. So we've got 2 hours. This is a nice ratio problem. Gets $150. X hours will get me 10,000. Forget about per month. I don't even know why they said that. Because we just want how many hours, right? And then we cross multiply. So 2 times 10,000 is 20,000 equals 150x. 20,000 divided by 150 is 133. The problem is if it says round to the nearest hour. Problem is if I round down, I'm not going to get 10,000, right? 133 will be just shy of 10,000. I bet you they put 133 as an answer, but it should be 134. But I'll say, I'm just going to put in parentheses 133. Again, this is just sloppy test making. This is my guess if they do have 133 as the answer, but it should be 134. Karen hires a marketing assistant to bolster her online presence and finds that it now takes only 1 hour of online marketing to bring in, 1 hour to bring in 5 new orders. She pays her assistant $15 per hour and the cost to fill an order is $5. So now instead of making 150, she's making 120. So now it's 1 hour to 120. How many should you make to make 10,000? So it's 1 to 120 equals X to 10,000. It doesn't matter which order we did it in. Now I put the dollars on the bottom. I think I had it. Oh, shoot. Uh-oh. My bad. I think I had it reversed last time, right? No, it's the same. Okay. Time. 4 minutes. Almost out of time, but we're doing good. Cross multiply. Cross multiply. 10,000 equals 120X divided by 120. Divide by 120. So 83. Again, I think we should round up to 84. I'm just going to put that 83 there just to see what they did. Right? Because she won't make 10,000. She'll make just under. All right, I'm going to stop the clock and see what we got here. Let's check it. Numero uno. CACCA. Right. CCB. Uh-oh. They said 5. So they said none. So I got this one wrong. I want to see that problem. Let's check it out. I thought I got that one right. 5. Examine Roman numeral 1. If x and y are equal, that reduces to 3, which is a prime integer. There exists, however, values of x and y which are not equal to each other that will produce a prime integer greater than 2. For example, the values x equals 14 and y equals 6. Wait, let me try that. X equals 14, 42. Oh, shoot. How did I miss that? Yeah, that's right. I'm wrong. I missed that. I missed it where you choose a composite that 14. See, like 14's got factors of 2 and 7. And then if you have on the bottom the 6 to, saying so 3 times 14 is 42 on the bottom. And then if you have 6 here, those divide out and those actually do give you a prime, you see, because the 2 and the 3 up top get taken out by the 6. Another example would be 3 times, let's see, it's got to be a special composite like that, which would be, actually 15, which I tried before, but 15 actually works if I have 9 on the bottom. You see, then it's 45 divided by 9, you get 5. All right. I didn't think about that one deeply enough. That was a pretty tough question, but it's good on them. Okay. Number 6. A, B, D, C, C. A, B, D, C, C. 11. C, A, D, A, A. C, A, D. Shoot. This is A. What? Oh, they multiplied it by 6. I didn't even see the 6 there. Oh, and I was right. I was right. Okay. Remember when I said on this one that I thought this should be 24? Or I don't know if you remember, if you're just jumping in now. So the mistake here was this part. Okay. Otherwise, this looked okay. 6 days, day off per week, 365 times that. But the 21 was throwing me. I was like, I think they made a mistake. I think it should be 24 because I immediately dismissed A and B. Problem is I didn't notice the 6 out here because like number of weeks, that doesn't make sense. I totally missed that. If you multiply by 6, that's 6 days per times 52 gives you the 312. And then here's that 4, right? 4 times 6, not 7, but 6, because it's an additional 6 days for those 4 weeks that he takes off, which gives you the 24. So I got that one wrong too. All right. So far, these are valid things that I've gotten wrong. Okay, so 15 is A, D, A, C. A, D, A, C. What is that? 19 is B, A, A, B, C. B, A, A, B, C. 24 is D, C, C, D, A. D, C, C, D, A. And then 29 and 30, D and C. Okay. The rest of those are good. Okay, 31. We got 3, 16.7. Yeah, so it is 16.7. They rounded to 16.7. I put 16.67. I'm marking that correct because I rounded to the 1,000th or 100th instead of 10th. But that's a bad question, okay? This will not happen on the SAT, on the real thing. They should tell you that you should round to the nearest 10th or round to the nearest 100th. And you know what I mean? So it's just, that's why I had a problem with it. Usually this won't happen unless they tell you to round. So that's my first critique of this test. 1.25. What is this? 34 is 1/5. 5 is 1/15. This is 1/6. All right. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so this one they did put 133, but as I said, that's wrong in my opinion because you should that's actually going to get you less than 10,000, just under, right? And you can't. So if you're going to round to the nearest hour, but you're not actually hitting 10,000, that doesn't make any sense, right? You should actually round it up. So that's another mistake in the book. This one, they got a completely different answer. They got oh, wait, they didn't even say to round here. This one, they didn't say to round, so I actually shouldn't have rounded. I should have put 83.3. Well, you had to round because I got a repeating decimal. But they said I'm wrong. They said I got 90.9. Hold on. So I'll mark it wrong. But let's see how the 90.9 got off. Maybe I rushed a little bit. So it finds that it now takes her only 1 hour of online marketing to bring in 5 new orders, which is again 150. But she pays her, oh shoot, I messed up. I already know what I did. 15 per hour, and each of those orders is $5. It's not 15 plus 5, it's 15 plus 25. So that's 40 down. So it's 1 over, I'll do it in black. Yeah, it's 1 over 90, okay? Because she was making 150 every 2 hours. Now she's making $90 every hour, you see? So it's $90 because it's $5 for those 5 orders, so it's 25 plus a 15 an hour. So it's 1 to 90 equals x over 10,000. Yeah, I just really rushed on this. My bad. 90x equals 10,000 divided by 90 divided by 90. 10,000 divided by 90. Oh, but I still didn't get what they got. They got 90.9. Hold on. Let's see if I missed anything else. $15 per hour, and the cost of filling an order is $5. 25. $90x equals 10,000. All right, let's see what they did. Cost 15 in wages and 25 to fill the orders. Yep, so 40 bucks. Oh. Sorry, I did the subtraction wrong. 40 is 40 minus 150 is 110. Yeah, there we go. 1 over 110 equals x over 10,000. There we go. So then it's 10,000 equals 110x divided by 110. Divide by 110. And then 110, oops, sorry. 110 equals 90.9. And that's what they got. So no rounding, just 90.9. So that is a pretty tough test, right? So this one, they disagree with me. I still disagree with them. So I think that's right. I think that's a sloppy test on their part. So I'll mark it there. I got that one legit wrong. And then those other two. This one was pretty tough. If I could have thought about it more, maybe I could have gotten it, but that was a good one. And this was a good one too. Yeah, I should have trusted myself when I saw that number was off the 21 and looked at A and B a little more closely. All right, let's see what we got for questions. All right. Okay. Hi, yes, I think 5 is none. Yeah, Mikasa, you were right. You were right. I think so for 14. Must be some calculations, but I don't know. Was 14 the other one I got wrong? Yeah, I got 14 wrong. Mikasa, you're on it, dude. PSAT 1016. Yeah, if somebody can send me that PSAT, I've looked at it. It's tough. It was really tough. So you prefer do not work from it. It's so hard. This one is, yeah. Okay, let me give you my thoughts on 37 part 1. It was 37 part 1 is just a basic proportion where, oops, sorry. It's just a basic proportion where you're like, hey, for every 2 hours I'm making 150, how many hours is it going to take me to make 10,000? And that's it. So you just kind of set it up like that and cross multiply. So I don't know, like this test is hard actually. This calculator section was definitely a lot harder than the no calculator. Somebody said this was hard. It's hard. But that doesn't necessarily, it's kind of like Dr. John Chung's, right? Dr. John Chung's is really hard. And does that mean it's the best resource? Not necessarily, because I'm always like, when I have my students, you know, like the College Panda book, it feels really authentic. That's what I'm looking for. Yes, these extra hard ones are good when you're really striving for a 700 and above and you want to push your limits. Sure. But again, we want to always be mindful of, hey, which companies are taking their time to really mimic and match the style and phraseology and everything that's happening on the College Board stuff. So I'd say, you know, this is okay. This is decent. But like I said, I'm so familiar with these SATs, and there's definitely a few questions on here that I was like, huh? Didn't feel like a typical SAT question. So I had to really think about it. They did make a mistake here. I think that was the only mistake. I think, right? Because I think everything else that I thought was a mistake. Oh yeah, that other one I thought was a mistake. That was my mistake. And then part 38 was fine. So yeah, I think it's okay. I think it's okay. It feels more like an SAT than Dr. John Chung's. I'll say that. So what's my advice to prep? Tons and tons of practice tests, practice problems like we're doing now, watching my videos, watching other videos, stick to a schedule, but really invest the time. That's the main thing. Yeah, Mikasa, you were right. It's tough. How was your score when you was in high school? I got a 770 on math. So now when I take it, right, like I was pretty good, but it wasn't a 770 where I took it twice. Once I got a 730 and once I got a 770. So it wasn't like I could just go in and bang out, close in 800 every time. It was, I got to get a little lucky. I guessed on a few, worked out. So 770 was a fine score. Whereas now, right, I can pretty much crank out at 800 every time in a good amount of time, like half the time if I'm really focused and not talking. Yeah, I mean, Hurricane Irma, I wouldn't say nothing like it, but it's not amazing. It's not amazing. College Panda so far is the first one that I've been really impressed with, but that's it. You don't like College Panda either. Well, I think it's pretty good. All right, guys, that is it. I got to run. Thank you so much for joining. If you like this video, please click that like button. It helps the channel tremendously. It helps it grow and spread the word and help other hungry, eager students like yourselves to perform their best on the SAT. And if you want to see more from the Scalar Learning channel, make sure to click that subscribe button. Show me some love. I really appreciate it. We're almost at 10,000 subscribers, which is so dope. I'm really excited about that. So thank you for all the support. Really appreciate it. And hope you're finding everything on this channel valuable. Oh yeah, I've got my English people coming on board this Friday, so we're gonna start talking about that, getting more English content for you guys. It's coming. How do you earn money? How do I earn money, or how do you want to earn money? I mean, this is my life: education, tutoring, math. I tutor kids in Los Angeles privately. I create content. I make video courses. So I've got a team of tutors now joining me. So all sorts of different things. We're taking over LA, taking over the test prep game. That's what's up. And we'll see what happens. Check us out on Instagram as well. Go to Instagram, search for Scalar Learning. Got math content on the regular. Thank you guys so much for joining, and I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy.